Vaughn, Savage.
Blessed risings, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show. And today, on this episode of the Una Matata Hour, we will be discussing Violent Karen's recent sentence for killing a man unprovoked will surprise the heck out of you. This article is on Yahoo News, but it's from The Root, which I believe is supposed to be a so-called black publication. So, what black person would be surprised that a white person didn't get the sentence they deserve? What black person would be surprised that a white woman could get away with killing a black man? What black person would be surprised? I just, where's the surprise? What black person is surprised by anything white supremacy does? What can white supremacy possibly do that would further surprise black people? That's how you know. If you want to know if you're a coon or not, see, this was going to be about the progression of a Karen turning into a Baxter. You know, like Dexter, and this is a Becky turning into a Dexter, a woman, Dexter. So Baxter. How do you go from a Karen to a Baxter? I just gave you the definition of what a Baxter is. So that's how you see. All Karens have the killer instinct. Yeah, they all see, they have a love-hate relationship with the Mandingo. See, they want the Mandingo, but they want to control the dingo. And then when they get the dingo and it controls them and they're whipped and they're addicted and they can't control and they done lost control, see, they don't like that. And that's what it was really about, was the Eva Baxter, Karen to a Baxter, that evolution. But then I couldn't bypass the responsibility to point out if one knows if they're a coon or not. This is a self-test. How am I a raccoon test? This is the self at home, do it yourself. Am I a raccoon test? If you find yourself surprised by anything lamestream media presents to you about white supremacy, about discrimination, about anti-black racism, then you, ma'am, sir, are a coon. There you go. It's not saying you changed. You're going to have to get a lot of therapy. You're going to have to get around a lot of FBA, stomp down, B1, on code individuals. And it's not something that's just going to change overnight. You almost have to get like a blood transfusion almost per se. Now, if you need some help with that, you need any questions, leave them in the comments. You can also message us. We have the hotline 314-944-KIPP. We also have an 800 number in the place to be. We have a lot of ways that you can contact us if you find out that you've been cooning. And it's about admitting that you got a problem. See, you can't change it if you don't get no help. See, that's the whole key. And getting help, you got to admit you had a problem. Here you go on the bottom of the screen. I got the number. Once again, 314-944-PP. You can call or text 24/7, 365, anytime. Leave a message, shoot your text. We got you. Now, we can focus on this evolution of a. After this is surprising. Ain't nobody surprised. Let's be real. White Karens come in varying degrees of extreme, but the most common form seems to be the type of white woman who goes out of her way to weaponize her privilege to cover up her own misdeeds. That's culturally white women taught. That is how they're taught, to throw the rock and hide their hand. Now you have some who have outside influences, whereas everybody in their family wasn't like that and they were able to break away, so to speak, because you ain't canceling your whole family. Stop it. Stop it. Some of y'all try, so you say, and get pulled right back in. It's your family. I get it. That's why I don't try to act like your granddaddy didn't have the little nipple belt, the Negro nipple belt. Come on, you knew about all them stories, going to the picnics, going to the public hangings. On Friday, she was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. Ooh, shocking. After she was found guilty on all counts of felony murder, malice murder, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm, and false imprisonment earlier in the week. Now, if this person was black, there wouldn't even be a life sentence. There wouldn't even be possibility of parole. It would have been 227 years. You know, that it did something like that. That's for 227. Remember that show? That's why we gave them 227 years. Just like this false imprisonment carries a certain amount of years. Possession of a firearm, that carries years by itself. Aggravated assault carries years. Malice murder, felony murder. I mean, these is all, I think like felony murder is like no possibility of parole right there. But see, that's what they get. They good old fashioned first degree murder with kidnapping, you know. See, kidnapping, you get like 40 years just alone with that. If you don't know the story, Pain is the white woman right there. Right into it. They don't tell you who's who. They didn't say who, nobody or who was who. So the white lady on the screen. And she witnessed Herring allegedly hitting a tractor trailer, and he left without notifying the police. So then, dun 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 dun, I've been getting skeeted on by Mandingo, been getting throat wrecked. I'm a throat goat and throat wrecked, but my lips is too small. So now Johnny finally likes me, but he don't like Mandingos. He don't like them. Now, if he wanted, now he would be a cockhold, but I can't tell you all that. But he don't really like Mandingos. Well, he don't like everybody to know. He don't like them in public. But I tell you, one time he had me get busted down by a Mandingo, and he ski skirted in me and then went home. Guess who was for lunch? Yeah, guess who we had for lunch with the extra Mandingo sauce? Guess who? Right. Come on now. That's how they get. That's how them KKK and them white supremacists and them Republicans and they get down like that, fam. On the slender. Maybe we hate this. We hate this. They love it. So when we hate abortion, that means they get all all the abortions. We don't want none of the butt juice everywhere. No, that means they really love all the pussy juice. We hate them Negroes. We don't like them at all. No, you wish you could be the Negroes and you got penile envy. And you got a little bus in your tank. It's just natural that y'all have bus. You're raised with bus. Y'all be sweet in the house. And you're raised with bus. So you automatically got like a 70% chance leaning over the bus. I'm just saying. And you're attracted to the dingo. It's just in there. So she went in and legally carrying a concealed firearm that Tommy helped her get, because wasn't no brothers investing in her. Just the jaw. That's why her cheeks is all. Let me show you. She got that jawbone, but no lips though. Look, and then the neck bone. So you come on, man. Was grabbing the little pom on top and just wrecking shop with all the throat muscles and jawbone. That's what was happening. So carrying ons. So she had this weapon that Tommy got her and took it upon herself to play girl. Look, they already busting jokes, but you're shocked. You know that she's gonna jump in the. Now see, this is when she's she's transforming into Baxter. This is when Karen, because she already got it in her to want to go put the killing down on the Mandingo. Now here she is. This is that. She playing Batgirl, followed Herring for about a mile before cutting him off, making it difficult for the 62-year-old Herring to move his car. Not difficult. She did that. She cut him off and trapped him. That's what it's called when it's difficult to move and somebody's keeping you from moving and it's difficult to shake and wiggle and be free to move. It's kidnapping. It's a trap. It's kidnapping, not imprisonment. She's kidnapped during the vehicular struggle. Come on, man. Payne called 911 and could be heard yelling, "Get out the car, get out of the car, get out of the car. I'm going to shoot you." Y'all don't think y'all should have sent the police right away? No. Yeah. She's threatening to shoot a citizen, an unarmed citizen, a citizen who has done no crime. She said she's seen him doing such and such. She said, call 911, get his license plate, give your statement. Seems pretty simple to me. But no, that ain't what you did, because that rage, that Mandingo rage that turns a Karen into a Baxter. When she did eventually shoot Herring after he would not get out of his car. Where was he supposed to get out of his car? You was going to get out of his car and what? Put him under arrest, lay him on the floor, pat him down? She wanted to fondo on his dingo. I'm telling you, get out the car so she could fondo on his dingo. Come on now, follow me. You can say it sounds ridiculous if you want. Why you pop him in the? If you were threatened, you shot him in the car. You're telling him get out of the car. Wouldn't you want him in the car and just put your hands on the wheel, put your hands where I can see him, and wait for the police? But you were telling them to get out the car. You don't know how big he is, how small he is. What if he just overpowered you, smacked the gun out your hand? Was you going to be close? Was you going to be far? I'm just saying, you don't have that type of training to be like, get out the car. What was you going to do? Right. Get out the car so I can frisk you, perhaps? Fondo your dingo. Right. She shot, found. Then she switched up and told the 911 operator he just shot himself with my gun. So what? He got a. They could hear say, "Get out the car." He wouldn't get out the car. There you go. Here goes. Karen, please. He just shot himself with my gun. Karen, please. It was previously reported. Karen, please. Thought you was so tricky with that. Why didn't you point out the part where we should all be shocked at? All the black people. It shocked the hell out of me. Where's that part at? I'm still waiting for that part. It was previously reported that Herring left the accident because he was in the middle of a medical emergency, likely diabetic shock. It was reported that Payne was told by the 911 operator to not pursue Herring in the first place. Why wasn't the police dispatched right away? You had a crazy, wild, gun-wielding Baxter on the loose, citizens impersonating a law enforcement officer. That's not an emergency? Of course not, boys and girls. Not when person. Not when it's someone's black life on the line. You know why? Because black lives don't matter. And I'm not going to hold you. I'm just going to mold you, scold you, and fold you about being on code. But I do want y'all to recognize this documentary that'll be coming out February 1st.
My name is Cedric Blackman, and I'm a contributor of Abolish, the Slave Patrol, a documentary that will crack open the door on a hidden truth about our present. It's a truth about the roots of something too many of us take for granted: American policing. We like to believe our systems evolved organically, but Abolish the Slave Patrol exposes a chilling reality. It shines a light on the dark history of slave patrols and those brutal armed groups formed centuries ago to enforce slavery and control foundational Black Americans. Their legacy isn't buried in the past. It's woven into the very fabric of our modern police forces, the way officers interact with Black people, and the patterns of racial profiling and discrimination, with tragic instances of violence. They all echo with the ghosts of the Slave Patrol.
Subscribe for the vibe, like for the spike, comment your vomit, and share if you dare, if you care about getting Black empowerment everywhere: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, and of course, Spotify. All the late breaking news immediately. So if that's what you need, then Spotify is your speed. YouTube, you still need to tap in. You know why? Go live. That's right. We go live every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is what we do. Love, peace, blessings, and maloha. I gotta go high for show high. You already know how. Big Brother Light Bright Supreme Almighty signing off.
Vaughn Savage Media. Vaughn Savage Media.